If you are a parent with very young children, you need to listen to this. An amazing academic research by Anne Cunningham and Elliot Stanovich threw up the following findings. A child who engages in out-of-school reading for 21 minutes a day acquires about 1.8 million words per year. A child who engages in out-of-school reading for just 4.6 minutes a day acquires 282,000 words per year. A child who engages in out-of-school reading for just 0.1 minutes a day acquires only 8,000 words per year. What the 0.1 minute per day child reads in a year is equivalent to 2 days reading for the 21 minutes per day child. So it's simple. Get your children to do a bit less of playing games and encourage them to read at least 21 minutes a day if you want them to acquire an impressive amount of vocabulary. This research finding was shared by Martin Udogi, the author of How to Read More. In the next few episodes, we'll be sharing tips from his book that can help you develop a much better reading habit. Look out for that. If you have seen at least 2 of the following movies, The Pursuit of Happiness, Independence Day, Hitch, Bad Boys, Enemy of the State, Ali, or Men in Black, then you may be a big fan of Hollywood actor and film producer Will Smith. Smith is worth an estimated $240 million. Apparently, someone that rich has a few money tips we can find useful. Here is one from him. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't like. Isn't that true in most instances? I found this quote and many others fascinating in Nimi Akinkugbe's new book titled A to Z of Personal Finance. And it's fantastic in terms of the quality of its content and production. Nimi has established a reputation of being one of Nigeria's leading financial educators. She is the founder of Best Man Games Limited, which launched the City of Lagos edition of Monopoly. She is a regular contributor of articles on personal finances featured in a host of top newspapers and magazines in Nigeria and beyond. We caught up with Nimi to review her new book. Enjoy the interview. Thank you for joining us on the channel's book club. It's a pleasure having you. Now, you seem to be on a mission to educate us on financial literacy. You do a lot of writing. You've done that for quite a number of years. Now we have a book from you. What's the story behind this passion of yours?
Well, I've been a banker. I was a banker for 23 years, first at Stanbic IBTC for 21, and then I joined Barclays Bank for 2.5 years. And during that time, I came across so many people who were doing either the right thing or the wrong thing with their wealth in terms of not handling their finances, different aspects of their finances in the way that they should. Different aspects in terms of sometimes their children. If you're very, very wealthy and you don't pay attention to your children, then you have a whole generation of wealth being built that may well be lost by the next generation. So I just became very interested, or you'd come across people who didn't have very much, but who were very, very disciplined in saving and investing, and being able to really build something significant. But I also felt that a lot of the times when you come across financial pieces, it's complicated, it's talking in sort of finance speak, so most people will just not read it. And most of the mistakes that people make with their finances is not because they didn't want to do the right thing, it's because they just didn't understand or they didn't know. So I've tried to simplify everything I'm talking about in a way that someone that's not a banker or an accountant and so on can just read it and understand and apply it to their personal life. Because personal finance is something that affects every single aspect of our lives. So That's really what it's about. I've become very passionate about this topic, and I feel that if people are empowered regarding their finances, there's huge implications for the economic development of a country, starting from the individual in the family.
I'm sure there are many people out there who are wondering, what exactly is this book about? Can you provide a general overview of what to expect in the A to Z of personal finance?
Absolutely. It's talking about the whole gamut of personal financial management, different areas, all the different themes that come into play. But to simplify it, I've categorized them into the letters of the alphabet. So A is for asset management, D is for debt, F is for the family finances, N is for next of kin. So they're all areas that, E is for estate planning or educational planning. So you can almost, it's easy to remember, you can almost look at the topic that you want to look at, what you want to read through, and easily find that. So it sort of simplifies all the areas, covers most areas. R is for retirement, S is for the stock market, that sort of thing. I is for insurance. You know, so but I picked the topics